So I've got this KitchenAid dishwasher from the year 2010, and it's got a problem where these lights will just randomly blink. It'll start, run for a few minutes, and then stop. And trying to clear these lights doesn't seem to work. Tried different things. Yeah, you can see they switched there. Trying to get it back onto, I hit cancel, can't go to normal wash. The buttons feel okay. They feel like they've always felt. But yeah, now cancel came back on. You can't start it now. I can unplug it to reset it, and then I'll get this light on, but not that light. Just random problems, and sometimes while it's running, the lights will just randomly blink, all different lights. So I'm going to show you how I fixed it. Like I say, this is a KitchenAid. It's from the year 2010. The model is KUDC03IVWH, meaning white, and 4 is the last number. So it's very simple to take this machine apart, and I will show you what I had to do to fix it. So in this dishwasher, the make and model is right here on the tag on the side. So the first thing we want to do is unplug the dishwasher underneath the sink. If you don't have a plug underneath your sink, then just turn off the circuit breaker that goes to your dishwasher. This repair only takes one tool, and I have a T15, happens to be a Craftsman, but the tip of it is a Torx head. T15 is the size. And we'll take out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 screws to get that top touch control panel off. This whole repair is going to be done with just one screwdriver. Now, even though this dishwasher is 16 years old now, this is the first time I've had trouble with it, so overall, pretty much maintenance free up to this point. Last two here for the door latch. Okay, all the screws are out. Okay, so this top panel, lift it up just a tiny bit and then tip it out, and there's the inside. So over here we got the main control board, and then we have the door latch, and then this one ribbon cable we're going to pull off because that connects the front panel to this board, and we'll reuse this board in our new front control panel. We'll also take the door latch off. So let's get that apart here. Just lift this one little clip. One on the other side too. There we go. You don't have to disconnect it, just leave it there. And now we have to disconnect this ribbon cable. The new control panel comes with a new ribbon cable. Okay, that's off. Now I'm going to take this control board out, and all the electrical connectors. There we go. So actually I don't need to disconnect anything else. I can leave everything connected here. So I'll just leave this just the way it is. So we have our door switch waiting here and this waiting here. The only thing I disconnected, one ribbon cable. I've got this whole front panel off now. So there's something wrong with these buttons, and this, when it's made at the factory, this is glued on. You can't replace it. You got to change this whole piece. You see here, there's nothing to service here. It's all glued together. So I got this brand new factory certified Whirlpool part. Remember I said this is a KitchenAid? Whirlpool and KitchenAid are the same company. I don't know why they even put the name KitchenAid anymore. It's an old name. They bought out the brand, but they still sell it by that name. But the parts are all Whirlpool. And here's our brand new part. Looks exactly the same as the other part. There's the ribbon cable. Okay. And this is, I got it from Part Select, but it's a Whirlpool part WPW 102500008, and Part Select does match prices with other companies that have it in stock, but they won't match eBay or anything. You can find it where you want. I did get brand new. You can get used ones too, but I just want to get brand new. So let's put it back together. Just take this, lay this part in here, put these underneath here on the right hand side, and then this will snap in. And then we put our ribbon cable on. Actually, I'm going to lift it up a little bit to get more room. Let's see. Make more room for that ribbon cable. There we go. Okay, there is one extra pin. That's the way it comes. Don't be stressed if you see an extra pin. Okay, all the wires are still connected. And you can see how easy, if you had to change this main board, it comes with this back piece on it if you have to change it. So just the way I took it out, very simple. You unplug these wires, reuse this. You just slide that out to the side and put it back in the new one. But everything plugs in the same way on the new one, if you got to replace it. But my problem is not the main board. My problem is the touch panel. Now we put the handle back in. Just snaps in there. The two sides. There we go. That's in. Feed our little wires back in there. Line it up with the holes and get our screws and start putting screws in. Now I'm not going to put the door down too far because I don't want this to fall on the floor, so I'm going to do it while it's up most of the way. Get at least one or two screws in, and then you don't have to worry about it falling on the floor. Remember, these screws are going into plastic, so don't over torque them. I'm going to put them all in, except for the last one or two turns, and then I'll line up everything and then tighten them up. Okay, I just noticed, didn't need to take out the extra screw on each side, so it's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 that holds this top on. Not 8. You don't need to take that one out. Just the 2 here, 2 at the switch, and then 2 on the other side. So we've got all the screws back in and they're tight. And now we'll plug the dishwasher back in. Okay, let's see. Back on now. Looks like it's draining out some water. Probably some leftover water because it didn't finish the cycle last time. I haven't selected any wash cycles yet. I just have the cancel button. Well, since I'm going to run a cycle, I don't need to really finish draining it out. I'm going to see if I can stop that. There we go. Select normal wash. There we go. I don't want to heat dry. I'm not even going to put soap in it. I just want to see if it's going to run through a whole cycle. Start. Okay, it says it's filling with water now. Give you a close-up view there. It says washing, it's on start, normal cycle. And for a while there it was running like that, but then it would start randomly blinking lights and then turning off. Sometimes leaving it full of water in the bottom. So I'll give you updates as it runs. Don't want to bore you with the whole cycle because it runs for a long time. Let's see if changing out this touch control panel fixed the problem. It's actually a pretty quiet machine, but it's running through a normal cycle. Hasn't quit yet. Give you another update in a few minutes. Just noticed on this old part, you can tell it's the old part here, a little dirty. Here's the part number, date of manufacture, 5/4/2010. So it's the original part. It's assembled in Mexico. So it did hold up a long time, but I think these are bad now. So we'll see. Still running, hasn't quit yet. Good sign. Even though I really like this dishwasher and it's really quiet, I think it's like, I don't know, 52 decibels or something like that. Very reliable until now. The user's manual doesn't tell you anything about troubleshooting. As far as, is it this panel is bad or is it the main control board is bad? It just doesn't tell you. And there's no diagnostics. I know some of the brand new dishwashers these days, the higher end models, have some kind of diagnostics that give you a code that tells you what could be wrong. There's just no diagnostics. I haven't found anything online with the manufacturer, on YouTube or anything. So, you know, hard to tell whether you need a main board or a front panel, but because of the craziness going on with the lights here, I suspect it's this touch panel has gone bad, and there's nothing you can replace in the part itself. It just comes as one piece. So that's a kind of disappointing thing about this dishwasher is as far as troubleshooting. But I think this will solve the problem. We're about halfway through the wash cycle now. So while I'm waiting for this dishwasher to finish, I decided to Google and see what other companies that Whirlpool owns. And this is North America. They own other ones in Latin America and such, but Whirlpool Appliances also owns Maytag, you know, the washer dryer, KitchenAid, this dishwasher, Amana, JennAir, and InSinkErator, which makes the garbage disposal that I have. So Whirlpool kind of is getting to have a monopoly on appliances. The user manual for this dishwasher says normal wash cycle is 1 hour and 11 minutes. Heavy duty is 1 hour and 39. We're just doing the normal wash, so we didn't select any other options. So 1 hour and 11 minutes. I'm going to save you that time by condensing this into a few minutes. Okay, after a little more than an hour, it says clean. It has finished running. So this is a great success. If you can get yourself a T15 screwdriver like this, and 10 minutes of time and order the part. You can do it yourself. Please give this video a like and subscribe for more helpful videos.